What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, within today's video, we're going to be talking about the Black Panther MAC collection. And I do apologize that I am a little bit late about this. However, I've been really busy over the past week. So I'm a little bit late, but this collection did come out on the 1st. And I really did want to talk about it because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping, but I feel like it's like one of the first MAC collaborations in a long time. I feel like recently I haven't seen too many MAC collaborations. And I feel like back in the day when I was working at MAC, there was like Cinderella collections and like the Villains collections, just all types of Disney collections, as well as like artists, musicians, like just so many different collections. And I don't know, maybe if just like MAC hasn't been on the radar recently, but there hasn't really been too much going on. So I really did want to talk about this collection. However, it's not too late to talk about it because all of the products are currently in stock. Nothing has sold out from their website. I want to let you guys know right off the bat, y'all. Like, I had high expectations for this collection. I really did, because I'm like, oh, Black Panther is just like so iconic. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, too, when you like watch the movie visually, there's so much going on. So you can pull inspiration from so many different places. I feel like they did do a really good job with the actual like packaging. But y'all, this palette, like, I have been waiting for like a palette from MAC to come out. Because, okay, I don't know if I told you guys this before, but when I was actually quitting MAC, they were in the process of like reformulating their eyeshadows to make them a little bit more better, to more like comparable to what's out on the market. I don't know if I told you guys this before, but I like always have been obsessed with MAC's matte formula. However, when it comes down to their shimmers, like in their regular shimmer eyeshadows, they just were never giving. Like never. Like they're just, I don't know, very lackluster and very dull. And especially when I worked at MAC during that time, y'all, at the end, I was like, there is so many other good competitors out there that have way better shimmer in their shadows, and Max is just so like so I really have been wanting to try the formula again, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I'll get this Black Panther palette. And as soon as I saw the inside, which we will go to in detail of this video, but I'm just telling you guys right off the bat, as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, like I don't know, I don't like it. I just don't like it at all. But we'll talk about that obviously within this video. I just really did want to talk about MAC because it's really been a hot minute since we talked about a MAC collection, besides holiday, of course. But I feel like every year holiday comes around. But I don't know, I feel like they are just, I don't know, I feel like they need to hire a whole new creative director team. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like obviously they have the resources, being like the biggest brand underneath the Estee Lauder umbrella, and I feel like they should like be coming out with more iconic stuff. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so we're gonna be talking about the full collection within today's video. So if you guys are interested in that, of course, going to keep on watching. Make sure you guys head over to my second channel, which is linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe over there. That is my travel channel with my brother. If you guys have not seen, I upload new videos there every Sunday, and I would really appreciate the support over there because I got so many new videos coming. And y'all, I'm trying to get that channel monetized, which it's gonna be taking a lot of work, y'all. I'm still not even at 1,000 watch time hours, and you need to get to 4,000 watch time hours now to have your channel monetized. So I would really appreciate the support over there because I got a whole lot of trips planned, So I have a whole lot of content planned for that channel, and I'm super excited for it. So make sure you guys head over there and subscribe. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. I feel like MAC has just gone downhill so much. Like even their website is busted. Like I don't know, this whole setup of how they have everything laid out is just so glitchy, and everything, like when you go to swipe it, or like if you click on a different product, it just glitches. And I'm like, I feel like MAC is a little bit too like, you know, rich to be having such low quality on their stuff, you know. Anyways, the reason why I'm saying I don't like this whole layout is because, like, I don't know, I like when, like, say for example, if you go to like Kylie Cosmetics, or if you go to like Jeffree Star Cosmetics, like you have everything in one page and you could just bounce back and forth. This you have to like physically swipe through. I'm like, why is it like that? I kind of don't get it. Maybe it's just like the mobile version. I don't know, but it's a little bit annoying. Anyways, y'all, so let's go ahead and talk about the lipsticks first. They are coming out with 4 different shades of lipstick. And I want to say the packaging to these lipsticks, I think, is actually really cute. I love the logo. I love how when you take off the top of the lipstick, you have the Black Panther logo right there. I feel like it is really, really cute. However, $23. This is why I'm saying I feel like MAC is getting out of touch with reality here, only because their sales are 100% clearly down. Like, I don't care what. I know there's a lot of like diehard MAC fans out there, you know, and y'all know I'm always raving about MAC. I feel like the quality is there with their products. However, I just feel like they're not doing anything to appeal to the younger fan base. And I feel like, what are you gonna do when like everybody's like all too, oh, I'm too old to wear makeup, or I'm over makeup? It's all about the younger generation. They're gonna be the ones keeping your business alive. So you want to do things obviously to attract to the younger fan base. Only because I feel like when you have prices like this high for a tube lipstick, not very many young people are going to be paying for that. You know, imagine like somebody in high school, like they're not going to pay $23 for a lipstick when they can go get one for $6 at ColourPop. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, I feel like ColourPop's quality of their actual like tube lipsticks are pretty good. You know, I do like M.A.C better, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't want to spend $20 more or like, you know, $16 more for that. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like $23 is a little bit too much. Even though I will say I like the packaging, I feel like the colors are actually really beautiful, and I love that the sets are just like in full theme with the movie. This shade right here, Story of Home, I feel like looks the most beautiful. I really do like this shade. But yeah, that's it for the lipsticks right there. This is the product that I really wanted to talk about right here, only because, like I said, I've been a little bit underneath a rock when it comes down to M.A.C, only because there's like really nothing on my radar. You know, like they're not coming out with anything that I'm like, oh my god, I need to get it. And it's so crazy because there's so many other brands out there that I'm just like, oh my god, I need to try that, and oh my god, I want to try that, and oh my god, I'm gonna have to pick that up. And I feel like with M.A.C, like for years now, what I pick up from M.A.C is just like my staples. Every now and then I'll get a Studio Fix powder, I'll get a Fix Plus spray, you know what I mean? Just like those types of things, but nothing ever new. But this is what I want to talk about right here, because like I said, if I've been under a rock, I probably have been. I haven't heard about this product. This is the Love Me Liquid Lip Color, which it says new slash rich creamy shades, long wearing satin finish. And then it does have the special edition packaging, which I wanted to talk about the actual product because y'all, this may be something that I might want to try. But are you guys ready for this though? These are $29. $29. And that's the thing right there where I'm like, okay, come on, M.A.C. Like you're charging $30 for a lipstick. Like what are you, Chanel now? Like to me, that's just a little bit crazy. Like I'm not understanding how you're charging $29 for a liquid lipstick. And I did get excited at first when I was like, you know, reading. I was like, oh my God, I love a satin finish. Like I would love the oh my gosh, what are they called? Demi mats or something like that from Huda Beauty. I love the feel of those. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited to try this. But $29, I will never, and I mean never, pay $29. I'm like, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I just feel like that is just so ridiculous. I will say the packaging looks cool. The product sounds great, especially because it does have like a satin finish. That's something that I would really like, because the older I get, I just don't like a really super matte lip. I like something that's comfortable to wear. So this sounded like it would be comfortable, but $29, it's just not happening. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Next up we have a lip gloss, which is the shade Filling It, which says a translucent gold shade, glass like shine, in special edition packaging. I like the packaging to everything. I think that's actually really cute, and I don't know, I feel like it's obviously on theme with Black Panther, so I will give them that. But once again, with the price point, and y'all know, like I've said before, like they typically would always raise up the price when it has special edition packaging. When I worked there, things were typically about $1 more. I don't know like what the average price is now of a lip gloss, but $23 is insane. When I very first started working at M.A.C, which granted it was a long time ago, it was shit, I was 21. So that was literally like 11 years ago, y'all. It's been that long. The lip glosses then were $15, and so now they're all the way up to 23. It's like, oh my gosh, or maybe even 22. Maybe this is $1 more for special edition packaging, I really don't know. But that shade does look beautiful as well too. I feel like for the lips, to be honest with you guys, I'm more intrigued for the lips on this collection than like the eyes. I don't know why, for some reason, like I don't know, I'm super cheap when it comes to lips. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. I'll spend $125 on a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, but then I'll trip about $25 for a lipstick. I'm just like, maybe because I feel like with eyeshadows, like, I don't know, I feel like there's more into it. The packaging's bigger. Like, you need more raw materials to go into that. Like, do you know what I mean? And I'm just like, with a lipstick, like, you can get some good cheap lipsticks, but it's kind of hard to get some really good cheap eyeshadows. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, this is the palette right here, and I was really thrown off by this. Maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it says new matte slash metallic shades. I don't know if I'm tripping. I haven't seen swatches of this at all. But every single shade in here looks like it's metallic to me. So I'm like, is it saying that it's matte with metallicness in it, or is it matte and metallic shades? I don't know. But anyways, this color story right here, to me, I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I do see how this could be, you know, on theme for Black Panther. I do see, you know, the colors in there. I don't know. I don't feel like it's pieced out to make a nice palette. I'm not drawn in by these colors whatsoever. I feel like there's like 3 shades in there that I like, and I wouldn't spend the money on it. I just don't like it. I feel like the packaging is cute, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't like the color story. $39 actually isn't even too bad of a price too, considering M.A.C. These do look like they are a little bit bigger. Obviously, I don't know. I haven't seen it in person, but you're getting 8 shades in there, and on top of that, too, the limited edition packaging. That they're every little thing that I'm reading on here is all special edition packaging, limited edition packaging. It's like okay, like they're trying to oversell it on that. But this color story to me, I'm sorry, I really don't like it at all, like at all. Like I wouldn't buy this if it was 50% off, to be honest with you. I don't like it. I specifically really do like the shade that's next to the orange one, that kind of like champagne looking shimmer. That shade looks the most beautiful to me. Other than that, they're just kind of all like whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, it just doesn't really look like a cohesive color story to me that I'm going to be able to build multiple looks from. It's kind of like one of those things to where, say for example, I was recently talking about the Danessa Myrix palette. Like I love that palette, but it's full shimmers, but at least there's so many different shimmers in there that are beautiful. Do you know what I mean? There's like one in there that I feel like is super beautiful, in my opinion, of course. But yeah, I don't know. The palette's just really lackluster. Anyways, moving on. We have Liquid Last 24-hour waterproof liner. These are now $25. Damn, those went up too. So they have a white and a purple. Once again, I feel like the packaging is cute on those two. And Liquid Last eyeliner is actually really good. I do like it. $25 I feel like is it's a little bit pricey now. It's been a long time since I bought a Liquid Last, but I do like that liner, so I get it. Oh my gosh. Scrolling through the page next, we have, because the one thing that I like was like, oh my God, that is so freaking cool, was the highlighter. This is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish Wakanda Forever. Y'all, I did not know. I knew it was going to be a little bit pricey. I knew it because of the stamping, the compact, the special edition packaging. I get that. But this is $44. $44. I think that was kind of like the same price as their one in the holiday collection. And I was just like, oh, hell no. Like, no. I think that this is so cool. I love the concept. I love that Black Panther's mask is literally imprinted in there. I think that is just so awesome. And the shades are beautiful, but I'm never going to spend $44 on a highlighter. Like, I'm just not going to do it, especially because I feel like with me, you could really use an eyeshadow. You know what I mean? There's so many different things that you could use as a highlighter. Like, why do you need to spend $44 on a highlighter? I don't get it. To me, that's just insane. Anyways, then we have an eye kohl, which is the Wakanda Forever eye kohl for $21. It's a silky formula, rich color, special edition package. They put special edition packaging with everything. Oh, this is the shade Feline. So by the way, see, this is what I used to say before to people. Unless you're like a diehard fan of the actual like collaboration that they're doing, get the original one. I don't know how much the original one is, but Feline is a standard in their regular line. So just get the regular one. You know what I'm saying? Unless you love the packaging that much, but like, I think it's a sharpened pencil. Like you're gonna sharpen it anyway, so the packaging is gonna go away. Anyways, y'all. Oh my gosh, when I worked at M.A.C, this is the thing that started bothering me. So when M.A.C had natural hair brushes, their brushes were bomb.com. Like legit. Like I love their brushes. Like this is a natural hair brush right here. This is so dirty. Sorry. But anyways, I know a lot of people were obviously against it, and everyone had to change because when the market started changing towards synthetic, M.A.C had to keep up with it. Totally get that. And M.A.C synthetic brushes are still pretty good. Do not get me wrong. The problem that I had with it is that they still stayed the same exact price. Some went up, obviously, since then, but they stayed the same exact price. So we're like, hold on, you're now going from natural hair to synthetic hair, which has been proven to be more, cost effective. It's more cheap than doing natural hair, and you're keeping the same price point. So like this eye brush right here, $31 for this eye brush. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like I would never pay $31 for one single little eyeshadow brush. And that's what I'm saying with M.A.C. I feel like they need to get it together. Like, what are you doing, you know? And then $40 for a 168 face brush. Like, no, like who's spending $40 on a brush anymore? Like, obviously I have said it time and time again, like, oh, I do not want to support Morphe, but like, honestly, y'all, their brushes are like $6 to like what, $14? Like prices like this are just insane. Like I'm not going to spend $40 for a brush. I would literally rather go back to Morphe and purchase from Morphe because $40 for a brush is just an absolute no. The last thing up on the list right here, which I do want to say, I think is so badass and so cool. And once I saw this, I was like, oh my God, like that is absolutely cool. This is the Black Panther makeup bag right here, and this is $35. I do think it is a little bit high price, of course, because that is a small makeup bag, but the concept is just so cool, looking like Black Panther's chest, and I feel like that is so cool. Like if you love Black Panther, I would highly recommend getting that $35. Yes, it is a little bit pricey, but I mean, realistically, I think that a fair price point for that probably would have been like 20 to 25. I think that would have been good. 35 is a little bit overpriced, but the concept is so cool. Like I feel like that packaging looks so badass, and I actually really do love it. And to be honest with you, I love Black Panther, but he's not like my like number one superhero, you know. But I would use this makeup bag. I just feel like it is just so cool, and I love the concept. Overall, I think that MAC really did it with the packaging. I feel like the packaging's there, and I feel like the colors of the lips are there. The colors of the highlighters are there. It's just what I'm noticing that I have a problem with is the price point. The price points are just like, it's way too high. It's way too high. And on top of that, too, you're coming out with a collection that is obviously, enticing more young people out there. And you're coming out with these price points. Like, I don't get it. And this is why I'm seeing time and time again. It's so crazy because I haven't went on to like MAC's website for the longest time. Well, okay, like recently I did the holiday video, but before that I haven't went on their website for the longest time, and I'm like, oh my god, now all of a sudden they offer all these different types of like discount programs. When I worked at MAC, you could not get a discount there. The only place that you could find discounted MAC products was at the cosmetic company outlet, literally the only place. And now they're like, oh, sign up and get 15% off and get 10% off this and student discount. And I'm like, okay, clearly you guys are struggling to get in sales, so why don't you lower your price point? Because there's a lot of people out there like me that are like, I'm not going to pay $40 for a brush. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pay $44 for a highlight. Like, don't get me wrong. I know for that stamping and for that custom packaging, they are paying more. I totally get that. But $44 for a highlighter? But where in their right mind is that okay? Like, that's just too much, you know? But anyways, that is it for my thoughts and opinions about the Black Panther MAC collection. The only thing that I would say is I just wish they would lower their price points, and then I would have a different opinions of everything. Although still, I swear the palette could be $5 and I still don't like it. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't like that palette. I don't like those colors together. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I can't really build a look off of it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, no, regardless, I don't like that. But they need to lower the price of that liquid lipstick, because $29, I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like something I would really like to use. But $29 is absolutely insane to me. But anyways, once again, that is my thoughts and opinions. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.